that's it. We just want to win for our team.
My goodness! And Amy finishes it!
Yeah, we're just as good as the men. We're better.
It's a huge point for the Bay Area.
Good chance that's the #1 highlight of the week.
All right, it is week number 9, day number 1, session number 2, right here coming to you live from Portland, Oregon, USA. And this is Major League Table Tennis, the first ever professional American table tennis league. Coming out now, we've got 2 teams that I know you've been waiting for. But first, let me introduce to you our officials. A warm, loud welcome for Jerry Lee and Mei Wong. And now the first team coming in is number 3 in the West Division with 111 points. Put your hands together for Texas Smash! Amy Wong so shy. And now the team that you've been waiting for, the hometown heroes, get on your feet, get up, make some noise for your very own Portland Paddlers! Well, they might have gone up Spins Creek, but they've got their paddles. So now that all the warriors are here, let's shake some hands, let's slap some skins, and let the games begin.
That's right, Adam Bobrow. We are ready to let the games begin here in Portland, Oregon, where the folks have paddlers fever. We are at the Expo Center for the Friday nightcap of our table tennis doubleheader, the Texas Smash and the Portland Paddlers. These are 2 teams that have had their moments through the first half of the season, but currently find themselves in the bottom half of the West Division standings. A West Division that just got very tight at the top. Seattle taking down the Bay Area Blasters 17-4 with a dramatic 21-19 Golden Gate victory. So now just 1 point separates Seattle and the Bay Area squad at the top of the standings. Texas and Portland both looking to inch closer toward the Spinners for that final playoff spot. Good evening once again, everybody. Evan Lepler with the Hall of Famer Sean O'Neill. The Portland Paddlers are the home team. They have a lot of fans. Their fans are enthusiastic. How will they handle it? That's the question. Being the home team has not necessarily meant success so far in MLTT history.
Yeah, it's been very tough for the home team to keep the fans happy. But right now, Portland, they put Ji-Wei Shaw, one of their heart and soul players, is dealing with a slight cold, so he's not playing tonight. So he'll have to be like up helping his teammates, but it should be a very tight match.
Well, the Paddlers do have Collet back. They did not have their #1 star at the interdivisional weekend, and they really struggled because of it. But we'll see Collet in the first singles match and also in the doubles match. And look, there's some intriguing matchups all across the board here. What catches your eye, Sean, as you look at this 4th meeting between Texas and Portland?
I think it's really going to come down to the 3rd game in each one of these matches. Can any of the players that is possibly up 2-0 sweep out and give their team an extra point or 2 in breathing space? There are some very strong younger players for the Smash with Nandan Naresh, Daryl Sow, Of course, Amy Wong, the U.S. Women's Champion, and one of my favorites from the United Kingdom, David McBeth. So it should be an excellent match. Portland needs as many points as possible.
Neither Texas nor Portland were able to win a team match at the interdivisional weekend in December. Both these squads went 0-4. But the struggles go further back than that for the paddlers. You have to go back to October to find the last time they won a match. And this is a team, Sean, led by Coley, that started the season 3-1 in the team match department and have since dropped 9 consecutive matches. And the person who told me that was Christian Lilyrose, the head coach of the paddlers. So he is well aware of exactly how much this team has struggled, but he thinks Coley can help set the tone. He chose to put Coley in the top spot, in part because he thought that his number 1 guy could set the tone, and his adversary is the youngster Nandan Naresh, who's just 17 years of age. And Coley had his way with Nandan their one previous meeting back in September.
Definitely, Coley is the heavy favorite. It'll be interesting to see if Nandan Naresh can play pressure-free and just go out there, take his swings, but style-wise, it's just so difficult when you're playing Coley to get past that tight serve that he does, that reverse pendulum, and then his first loop is so penetrating that Nandan's going to really have to find an answer for that serve.
A reminder of the competition format. Before we get to the Golden Game, it's 4 singles matches, all 3 games to 11, the 1 doubles match. Each individual game is worth 1 point, and then the Golden Game is worth 6 points, 21 points up for grabs. And while each team wants to win each team match, every single point matters in the standings. Nandan has been ready to serve for a while, and Coley was adjusting the jawstring on his shorts and then making sure he was ready to go. And Nandan, after a long wait, does score the first point against Coley. The 36-year-old, born in Beijing, represented his adopted nation, Ukraine, in the Olympics 3 different times. 9 times Coley, Ukrainian national champ, now living here in the West Coast in California.
Yeah, he has his own full-time club, and that was one of the challenges in Rock Hill, was that he was needed back at his club, so he had to make that tough choice, knowing that the paddlers did have the full 8 players to choose from. And I think that really cost Portland a number of points they left on the table there in Rock Hill.
Nandan Naresh just turned 17 in December. Of course, Nandan and his brother Sid have been playing table tennis since they were very, very young. I might call them table tennis prodigies.
Well, they've had amazing success for Team USA. They've played so often against each other. It's always a thrill to watch the Naresh brothers go at it, because it normally goes down to the final point.
What does Nandan need to do to have success against Coley?
Take chances. I mean, I hate to say that you have to go for high risks, but with somebody as much power and experience that Coley has, you're not going to beat him playing safe, but that's Nandan's game. He plays a very safe offensive style. He doesn't run around and take crazy shots, and that's why he's so successful. It's just, can he get going? And you can see right here, Coley gets a lot of cheap points like that with good service returns, smart placement, but then really it's his forehand loop that is so strong. Of course, his serve isn't bad either.
Coley outscored Nandan Naresh 33-15 across the 3 games that they played in September. That was a long time ago. It's not like Coley has just dominated against Nandan. He's 20-4 in singles overall. He's been pristine against the smash. He's 9-0 in singles against Texas. So it's interesting to see how the lineup sorted out. And it was the Smash head coach, Jorg Bitzigayo, who basically decided after Christian Little Rose put Collet in the first single spot, which put Jonathan McDonald into the fourth single spot, the AD players, the top 2 ranked players. It was Jorg Bitzigayo's decision, will he have Nandan face Collet or will he have Dave McBeth face Collet? And I think the perspective is either Nandan or McBeth would have been an underdog against Collet, and they view McBeth as having a chance to get more points.
That's exactly
McDonald.
right. Now that's very smart strategy, and that's why I said if Nandan can go for some big shots, no pressure, swing, but it would require him to play a little bit outside of his style. He likes to play control-oriented. Look at that. I mean,
Too good.
that's just a 1-2 punch. Aggressive serve, set up like he was going to go short, serves it out deep, steps around the backhand. Not even a swing from Nandan. That ball went through his defense unchallenged.
Promising start for Naresh, but a 10-6 lead for Collet as he has seized control here in game 1. There's just a ruthless consistency to the way Collet plays. He's steady, he can be spectacular, but it's just consistent steadiness.
Yeah, and he can toss in the power at any time. Very strong service game as well.
11-6. Collet gets the paddlers on the board first. So more of the same from the superstar Collet as he takes the 11-6 opening game from Nandan Naresh. He's now 10-0 against the smash. And this is really what Christian Lily Rose wanted. He wanted Collet to set the tone for his team.
So, I mean, they have him in the doubles as well with Rachel Sung. We'll have a true mixed doubles match in match number 3. Coley just so effective. Smart play by Nandan. Step over to the forehand, be aggressive with the backhand return. Just try to put some pressure on Coley to have to go for a big shot. You could see that wasn't even a good shot. Nandan giving himself the breaks symbol. Coley able to just load up the first ball. Really no counterattack possibility. And that time Nandan got a very side spinny block. And now he's starting some laps. It's catching on. Audie Serene.
It's a teenage thing, I think. Is there a way that Nandan can use his length and his reach to flummox Collet?
Not really, because most of the attacks from Cole are going to be into the elbow in the middle, which is how you deal with somebody really tall, as you play them and jam them in the center. So Nandan would have to really step out of the way in order to get a forehand. His backhand tends to be the weapon of choice when he tries to finish the point quickly.
Line 2-4.
And you can see it's just taking too big of a risk to play at Cole's pace and the amount of spin. Again, Cole's first shot just penetrating, more important, right into that elbow area in the middle.
Cole, a U.S. Open men's singles champ in 21 and 22, and a U.S. Open men's doubles champ in 22, and a month ago, 2023, playing with the Princeton Revolution's Koyo Kanemitsu.
Yeah, MLTT had an amazing string of successes there. Oh, and there's a back edge that Nandan caught
3-7.
at the U.S. Open in Ontario. I think one of the most exciting matches we saw was Amy Wong taking the women's singles and defending her title.
We'll see Amy representing Texas Smash in the doubles, playing alongside David McBeth in just a little bit.
Cole showing some defensive skills there with a couple of chops. Used the net. Nandan able to keep it nice and low.
Nandan apologizing, but it was a perfect shot to the back edge. 2 straight points. He's back within 3 here in the middle game, opening singles match.
Some nice chops from Naresh with some fantastic defense, and he wins the point.
Showing some versatility.
And I thought we were going to have to wait for Tyrese Knight to really watch a chopper today, but no. Last couple points, we're seeing the defense from both Cole and Nandan Naresh. How about this, John?
Very often those crazy points where you're either lobbing and you win the point or chopping can really sway the momentum. Nandan is within striking range. If he were just to hit 2 or 3 winners.
5 straight points for Naresh, and it's 8-all.
Look for Cole to go even safer, to put more spin on the ball and force Nandan to take a bigger shot.
It's interesting because I think with almost any other player, you would have seen a coach take a timeout there. But with Cole being so seasoned and such a pro, yeah, Cole being Cole, Christian Lily Rose trusting
Said
him
no way.
to figure it out himself.
See, I mean, without doing anything, takes the 2 points off of his serve like clockwork.
Serve goes back to Naresh, but he's facing a handful of game points.
Aggressive serve, credit Naresh. Went deep on the serve, forcing a chop, and then got the first loop in. Texas would love a golden point right here. And they're getting one.
Naresh takes both points on his serve. What do you expect from Cole here on his serve?
Probably side topspin serve, so if Nandan pushes it, it might pop up and he can just finish it with his forehand.
Golden point.
And Naresh returns it with a winner. Satisfying fist pump for the 17-year-old phenom. What a moment for Nandan Naresh. And we got a rubber game coming up. Opening singles match, Cole lets the second game slip away. Naresh takes it 11-10. Well, every weekend is full of surprises, some big, some small. I think Nandan Naresh closing that game with a 3-0 run. He was down 8-3 at one point, so he actually closed the game on an 8-2 run. And can he carry that momentum into the rubber game against the great Cole?
He's going for the shot, which he needs to do. Last one could have moved his feet a little bit more.
From a power ranking standpoint, Cole number 2 in the rankings, trailing only Carolina's Enzo Angles. And Nandan sits at 45 out of 60 players that have a ranking. So suffice to say, this would be a pretty significant upset if Nandan could take 2 out of 3, but Cole seems to be restoring order here at the start of game 3.
Yeah, if he's able to hold this serve to do the quick break, now up 4-0.
Switch sides with Cole in front 5-0. See Daryl Sal, another young teenager, just 16 years of age. Sal from California, taking on the Barbados table tennis king Tyrese Knight. Naresh on the board here in game 3.
That was more of what I thought was going to happen on that golden point with the serve. Just a quality short serve and then getting the forehand into the body. But Nandan, excellent job at the end of game 2. He's got his work cut out for him here in game 3 though.
Not going to see 3 lets in a row, are we? Is there a name for that? 3 lets in a row?
Turkey? I know that's a strike.
Could call it a turkey.
Delay again.
closer game. That would have been a bit more dramatic. A return off the net. Bounces a couple times quickly. Nothing Cole can do. Still got a 6-point lead to work with, and now a slew of game points. Been one-way traffic here in game 3 after a gutty effort from Naresh to come back from behind in game 2. Naresh taking one more big swing, why not? Boom.
I'm sure the Smash are very pleased to get out of this one. Only a 1-point differential. And you know who was smiling? Adam Bobrow, as Cole attempted a little snake on this final shot here. Couldn't get it above the table surface.
How about this? What a sequence from Nandan Naresh.
Just powering through every shot. No matter what Cole sent over, Naresh just pounded it back.
Still a ways to go, but if he loses, the heck of a way to finish. And it is over. Cole does take 2 out of 3, but if ever there were a match where both guys could walk away from the table feeling pretty good, it was this first singles battle to start our nightcap here in Portland. Lay takes 2 out of 3 for the paddlers, but we're all pretty impressed with the young 17-year-old Nandan Naresh. 2-1 Portland. Chat with Cole in a minute. Well, Jiwei Shah not active in the lineup today for the paddlers, but he's creating a little balloon mascot back there. Cole, I don't know if you know anything about the mascot that Jiwei's got, but let's talk about your match with Nandan that you just finished up. Congrats on taking 2 out of 3. It was a much closer match, though, than the one when you faced Nandan back in September. What was different about this match today?
Okay, I have been long time. I didn't play any matches. I was really focused on my work. You know, I built my club. So the difference is that I think you get more confident with the first 2-3 balls. They're really aggressive. And yeah, that's also a bit risk. He missed a lot in the first game. Then the second game, yeah, I lost concentrate, right? Yeah, I was A3 lead. Then he come back, and then he played really good the last few points, right? Yeah.
So Cole, as not only a world-class player, but a great coach, I'm going to ask a different question. What does Nandan need to do to go to the next level? You've played him twice. What can he do to improve his game?
I think he's enough smart, yeah, and then his technique is nothing wrong. Also, he's really tall. Then he's very good for right now the table tennis. So I think the best way is he have to find the really top player to train with. Yeah, I think in US, I'm not sure he can find like so strong players to practice with. So I think the key is he have to find the like really hard practice, yeah, somehow. Yeah.
Cole, appreciate the perspective. Congrats on getting 2 points. We'll let you go and get ready for doubles. We'll see you in a bit.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Cole. Takes 2 out of 3. He's now 11-1 in singles games against Texas, and yet Certainly feels like Nandan played pretty well as we get set for the second singles match. Daryl Sow, the 16-year-old from Fremont, California, and Tyrese Knight will be 25 next month from Barbados. And Christian Lilyrose wanted to pair Tyrese against Daryl Sow because he said sometimes young players can struggle with choppers.
That's really true, and to beat a style like a defensive player, Tyrese is unique. He will chop a lot on the backhand, but I think he considers himself a forehand looper. On the forehand side, he doesn't go to the chop that often when the ball goes over to his forehand. So you see, like right now, boom, just starting out, 2 quick forehands. A traditional chopper would back off the table instantly, change the spin, and hope the opponent had a tough time reading the spin.
Who enters this match as the favorite between these two in your mind?
I think rating-wise, Daryl might be slightly ahead, but Tyrese has had some very good wins, both in the initial combine on the West Coast, taking out a couple of very high-level players.
MLTT rating, Tyrese has the edge.
Yeah, he's getting the job done in Golden Game and in his individual. Daryl has been a member of the U.S. national team for quite some time. Just an extremely hard worker. Sometimes it takes a while for those results to show. And this would be huge for Portland. If Tyrese could get 2 out of 3, or even a sweep, add that to Cole's victories, that's where Coach Lilyrose would love to be. And that's the chop right there. Tyrese not really doing much, but cutting down on the ball, and then Daryl going for too much instead of taking his time to work the point. Good start for the paddlers in the second match.
Sean, when you were playing, how would your mindset change going against a guy that you knew liked to chop it back?
I really enjoyed playing defensive players. It gave me more time. My backhand wasn't very strong, so I could play forehands the entire point as they backed off the table. But Tyrese is a new generational chopper. Look at these forehand loops from the backcourt. Just amazing.
Biggest roar of the crowd for the match so far after that point. Heavy hitting.
Tyrese was going to go for the two-hander that he has seen played at the international level, and halfway through the stroke, he kind of bailed on it and just shook his head afterwards like, what am I doing out here? His backhand chop is more than plenty. And his serves have been working. That's the second missed serve by Daryl Sow. And that can happen when you're playing defensive players. You just rush, trying to keep the ball nice and low. But Daryl took his time and worked the point there. Hooking forehand from the floor. We're seeing that more and more in international table tennis where players will just completely cut around the ball. You just see as it hit, Daryl's paddle went straight down.
a get by Tyrese Knight, and he wins the point two.
Huge extra effort by Knight to run that ball down, and then the overplay by Daryl Sound. That's what Coach Lillaros was saying. Maybe the youngster will go for too much when he doesn't need to.
You can feel the frustration building for Daryl Sell. See if he can make an adjustment.
Oh, lucky back edge. Tyrese played the perfect ball with the long pips, came in, just really jammed it deep. And Sal gets the edge.
First time these two players are seeing each other in Major League Table Tennis. They bring out some good stuff from one another. Back within 1-8-7.
So when Daryl Sal takes his time and just gets that forehand and backhand exchange, when he's stepping around, that seems to work wonders.
8-all.
Knight's first forehand was awesome. Second one, timing a little off.
It's amazing how Tyrese Knight can stay in the point from so far away from the table.
And that ball is out of his reach, and somehow he's able to get his paddle on it.
I am constantly astonished by how players often choose to let the ball get that close to the floor.
Oh, goodness, what an incredible block response off the back
And
edge.
another edge. That's the second key point that Daryl Sal has gotten off. Tyrese
He was already celebrating.
Oh, completely. He played the perfect shot, and Daryl, again, with that workmanlike effort, just keeps the ball in play.
9-9.
And it's Daryl Sal who creates the first game point here in the second singles match.
And Tyrese made a great chop on that first attack. Brought it back, but Daryl worked the point, earned the point.
Are you kidding me?
11-9.
There were a lot of fortunate breaks for Daryl Sal in that match, and he wins it 11-9. I should say in that game, because there's a lot more still to go in this match. The contrast of styles is utterly fascinating, and this was so close to catching. But Tyrese Knight falls just a little bit short. Game two, Sal and Knight coming up next. Bitsy Gallo, the head coach of the Texas Smash, has watched his young teenagers go toe-to-toe with Cole and Tyrese Knight. Two guys that have a lot more international experience traveling the world, but man, Nandan Naresh and Daryl Sal, who combined are not as old as Cole, are holding their own and then some. We are tied 2-2 in the team tally. And game two coming up right here. I'm fascinated to watch these two tangle some more, because Daryl Sal and Tyrese Knight are creating some really intriguing back and forth action.
singles in just a short bit.
They say they will always even out, and Tyrese gets the net ball.
I know that's what they say.
It never feels that way. Oh, that was a nice block into the body by Daryl Sow.
I mean, if you're Tyrese, do you really kind of want to stick with the same game plan as game one, even though you didn't win game one? It was a couple fortuitous edges and nets that really cost him that game.
Yeah, I would say he won a number of points when Daryl was looping off the end of the table due to him mixing up the amount of spin on the ball. It seems like when Daryl is planted, he definitely has the advantage, but forehand to forehand from the backcourt, Tyrese has done exceptionally well.
That fan with the butterfly neck tattoo is sponsored?
Well, Butterfly is the official sponsor of MLTT. We're using not only the tables, but the balls by Butterfly, and of course the clothing.
Quality equipment all the way around. Oh my goodness.
Daryl Sow would not be denied despite some miraculous defense from Tyrese Knight.
What does it take to score on Knight? An extra shot, basically.
I could watch these two guys play all night long. This is great. A rare quick point. In Knight's favor, he leads 5-3 here in game two.
That was really smart by Knight. Jumped in quickly, got a forehand opening in, basically taking away the offense from Daryl. Daryl likes to start off of an underspin ball. Big point for Knight to keep the lead. Extending. And this is where Evan, as a defensive player, you just lock down. Got the opponent misreading the amount of spin on the ball, sending it long. Tyrese doesn't have to do anything crazy. Keep the pressure on. Very smart.
These are two players, Sean, that both struggled in the interdivisional weekend in Rock Hill. Both competed in 3 singles matches and went 0-3 from an individual standpoint. So an opportunity for one of these two to get off the schneid, and it certainly looks like it's going to be a game apiece heading into the rubber game.
The one thing I've noticed with Daryl Sow's game is he will not give up. He will fight to the end. Tyrese is going to have to score. Daryl's not going to just go through the motions. He's going to keep fighting, get his forehand going if he can. Oh, what a mishit there. Somehow.
The whole table in front of him. Even Tyrese couldn't believe it.
Had Tyrese lost that point, a timeout by the paddlers wouldn't have been the craziest thing. And a great combo by the Barbados champion.
Tyrese Knight does indeed create a rubber game coming up. After dropping the opening game 11-9, the talented player from Barbados with a convincing 11-5 win. Rubber games between these two fun players coming up. So Tyrese Knight has evened up this singles match 1 game apiece. And I'm curious to ask the Hall of Famer Sean O'Neill what you envision as being the key for each player in this decisive 3rd game, because it feels like a total toss-up.
It really is. And I was watching the paddlers bench say to Tyrese, keep that side spin on your ball, whether it's that hook or taking pace off with the long pips. So I think if he can continue that and to get some excitement going, that got G-Way off the bench for the paddlers. And for Tyrese, he needs to establish that he can loop 2 or 3 balls without overplaying. Tyrese went for it. It wasn't a bad choice. It's just a difficult shot to pull off. Well, that was a great placement loop by Daryl Sow. Took the ball nicely down the line. And again, with the serve, he has a chance for the mini break. Good opening by Tyrese Knight, getting the forehand attack. It really makes it difficult for the opponent when playing against the defensive player to see that first ball come over the net with topspin. Oh, and that was a great half-long serve. It just trailed off the end of the table but had no depth to it. Daryl tried to loop it, just barely broke the end line. Let's see Daryl's elbow lift up as he tried to drive through the ball.
Tyrese Knight with another victorious combination from deep in the backcourt.
And that heavy side spin is difficult to track, but even try to return. Look at how it's just breaking here. Net never hurts.
Sometimes it hurts.
Oh, and Tyrese, change of ends with the 2-point lead.
You're looking forward to this mixed doubles match that we got coming up?
Roommates, UCLA.
Yeah, that's right.
And Pan Am teammates,
Amy
gold medalists.
Amy and Rachel.
Women's doubles champion at the Pan Am region and the U.S. team. And both players, great opportunities to qualify.
I want to see in your face that you start believing again. Right now, you're always just looking up in the sky. What is this? What is this? That's not the way. Okay? So, remember how you began the game. You push 2 times, tuck to his deep backhand, then you get the chance to start the rally. And then you start to his body and you stay in his body. The moment you start to play always short again, or it's half long, he's waiting for this. That's what he wants, because then maybe he can play shorter, he can come ugly, and he can start to be more aggressive. Even if he steps around on your long push, then what? You just block 1 ball and then you can continue to do the rally. And when he serves, he usually serves short here or half long here. Take this half long ball a little bit earlier. Don't let it drop so low. Start earlier, spin the ball, let him push, chop 1, and then we are okay. But you need to believe in this. If I believe in this, if he believes in this, we're not going to win. But we need to see this from you, that you believe in this. You can beat him, okay? Let's go.
Strong words from the 2-time USA TT National Coach of the Year, Jorg Vitzigayo. And I think he's spot on. I mean, Daryl Sal's body language ever since the middle half of Game 2 has not been great.
A complete wake-up call on point. And here's the interesting thing. Jorg is a defensive player when he played, so he knows what's going through Tyrese's mind on how he wants to put pressure on the opponent. But Tyrese slightly different on the forehand side, and you can see him taking chances with that side spin. Huge point right now.
Serve going back to Sal afterwards. Or it'll be a 2-point game or a 4-point game.
He's winding up, looking for a winner, but that back spin just leaving him flummoxed.
Yeah, it's just a little bit higher than he's comfortable with, so instead of driving it forward, he's still lifting it, but there's not enough spin to bring it down.
Went with a deep serve that time. I think he goes back to it here. 2 points in a row.
It gives you a cleaner return, but Tyrese is so tricky, sometimes doing that side spin cut directly off of it. And that time, that was just strong work by Daryl Sal. Tight serve, first spin, good location. You can see Tyrese moving to the middle to cover that with his backhand. If he's going to do something different, that's the ball to add the side spin to when it's in close to the body.
That's 3 in a row for Sal since he trailed 7-3, and now Christian Lilyrose wants a timeout to talk to his player.
Timeout.
And on that last point, Daryl caught Tyrese in between close to the table and off the table.
What's Christian going to say?
So now you have the serve, right? So one serve that he have had problems in the past with is half long. Half long in the middle, he's hesitating, right?
That's so crazy.
Didn't feel good about that one? But one. Okay, so what do you want?
You're the guy. You're the guy that I saw out here earlier being USA's #1 world-ranked player, the U.S. Open champion, Jinba Mao.
The other thing is also, if you see that he's serving long, stepping around, you haven't tried that.
You speak Mandarin?
But I think like what you do is like you have the first spinning. You need to do a first spinning loop right now. That's what you want. Okay. How do you serve to get that?
Today's a special occasion and a really special moment. What do you want to say? What do you want to say?
Short side top to 4. Backhand serve. You haven't done any backhand serves.
Well, you see, he understands. He says he's guy. He's incredible.
One.
All right, and what can we expect here in this point?
Hard to tell, but it didn't seem like Tyrese was totally buying what his coach was selling.
I think we all are. Get ready for the
I don't even think he would have taken a timeout. I think he loves the rhythm. If he loses a point, it really doesn't matter how he lost it as long as he's doing something he's comfortable with. And you can see that quick celebration. He got the forehand in. And has some breathing room. Smart out to the wide forehand as well.
That's 2 straight for Tyrese Knight since the timeout.
And on that last ball, Tyrese again, that ball's a little bit higher. Darrell's caught in between, do I spin it up or do I drive it? And he does a little bit of both and it goes in the net.
So appetizing, you're a little indecisive.
Oh, so smart.
They're playing this on Tyrese's terms right now.
Exactly. He's mixing it up. He's giving a nice fish. Then here comes the heavy underspin. That's where he can load the ball up. What a timeout Portland took.
The reset worked like a charm. Match point. And that'll do it. Tyrese Knight closes with a flourish. What a battle. Knight takes 2 out of 3 over Darryl Sow. There have not been too many singles matches this season more entertaining than what we just watched. Knight victorious with a forehand winner.
By the way, raise your hand one more time if this is your first time watching table tennis live. Table tennis at all? That's your first time watching table tennis live or your first time watching professional tennis? Let me ask this one more time. If this is your first time watching professional
Adam Bobrow getting the crowd revved up. Meanwhile, Tyrese Knight joins us on the headset. Tyrese, congratulations, man. That was exciting. Was that as much fun to play as it was for us to watch?
Yeah, I'm excited to win this points for Portland. It's important we get as many points as we can this weekend, so I'm glad I was able to win.
It was 7-6 when your coach took the timeout. It didn't look like you were thrilled about taking a timeout there, and yet, out of the timeout, you scored 4 in a row to close that match out. What were the keys in your mind?
Yeah, I wasn't thrilled, but I think it was a good timeout for me. He was able to calm me down and say relax and think about what you're going to do next point. And yeah, I was able to come out confident and play my game.
Tyrese, 2 points or 2 questions. The first was, it seemed like as you were adding side spin to a lot of your loops, that was giving him a lot of difficulty. Were you thinking that that was the key, or was that just something that happens because your game has so much versatility?
Yeah. The side spin loop, it's for me, it's much better because I know most of the time where the ball is coming. It's hard to go down the line when I'm doing very deep, especially. So yeah, that's why I started to do many times.
Okay, and the second one, I just want to say, representing the paddlers, how great it was working with you this past week as we led up into this event. All the help, the interviews, moving tables from players' houses. Really appreciate all the hard work you did.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Are you done with Sean now? Has it been too much Sean all week long?
Yeah.
I know how you feel, Tyrese. I know how you feel. Thanks
Yeah.
for the time, Tyrese. We'll see you in the Golden Game.
Okay, thank you.
Christian Lilyrose, content head coach right now with that Paddlers mascot. And we shift to doubles. Portland's got a 4-2 lead. Cole took 2 out of 3 from Nandan Naresh, and then Knight takes 2 out of 3 from Sal. So now it's McBeth and Wong versus Lei and Sung, and this is a very intriguing combination. Cole and Rachel Sung have played really well together. You know, Rachel Sung was missing Cole as a doubles partner. In fact, well, Rachel Sung was not in Rock Hill either. So it was a brand new doubles team for the Paddlers in Rock Hill, and it did not go well. They were just 2-10 in doubles matches in Rock Hill, but for the season overall, this combination of Lei and Sung has been very successful.
This is going to be such an exciting mixed doubles match. Amy Wong, David McBeth, 2 of the best off the bounce players. going against a righty-lefty combination of Cole. And again, we mentioned, ouch, Amy Wong's roommate at UCLA and her doubles partner.
You don't see that very often with the ball hitting a teammate.
Especially not with the righty-lefty, where both can kind of camp out in their backhand corners. But look at that. I mean,
Rachel Sung is
she's
just a shooting
getting
gallery right now.
Get the protective vest out.
And yet 2-2 through 4 points. First time we're getting a glimpse of Dave McBeth. He'll play singles in a little bit against Jonathan McDonald. Looking forward to that match.
The beauty right there of McBeth and Wong. They take the ball so quick off the bounce, you think it's a nice opening, and they just use your spin and speed against you. You're almost better off making them make the first attack and trying to counterattack on them.
Now these 4 players were all drafted in the first 2 rounds. Amy Wong was the first pick of the Smash, followed by Dave McBeth. I should amend that. Sung was the 3rd round pick, but all these players picked near the top of the draft. There's a lot of talent on the table right now. Very close so far.
Line 4 off.
In singles, it's very rare to see Cole that far away from the table. But in doubles, you got to be a little bit more movement oriented.
Absolutely. He needs to continue to get his forehand into play. But Amy Wong, so quick with the angles.
Tied again.
Oh, Rachel Sung with a beautiful forehand smash. And if you remember, Evan, in Rock Hill, we saw Rachel's sister, Joanna, playing for the Paddlers and having a great match. I believe she played with Ji-Wei.
Her twin sister.
Yep.
But there was a difference in not only missing Rachel, but obviously missing Cole.
Yeah, that was the key.
Rachel and Cole are 12-3 in doubles playing together, which is basically in the same department as Enzo Angles and Hong Min.
Exactly. That would have been a wonderful match. Portland can somehow right the ship. Maybe we might see a mixed doubles match between the Carolina Gold Rush and the Paddlers.
This is a very important weekend for both these teams. Obviously, the Paddlers currently sitting in 4th place in the West. There are 63 points up for grabs this weekend, 21 points per match across 3 matches. And after this weekend, there are just 2 more regular season weekends, so the clock is ticking.
Just such fluid strokes from the smash with Amy and David. Picture perfect technique.
Game points for the smash. And Texas takes game 1. So strong conclusion to that first game for David McBeth and Amy Wong. All the praise we're throwing Portland's way, but Texas determined to get back in the playoff race too. McBeth and Wong, they also make a pretty good team. 11-8.
So York Bitsigao has to be pleased. His doubles duo of McBeth and Wong are victorious through the first game. How surprised are you by what they were able to do down the stretch there to close that thing out?
Every player out on this table is an exceptional doubles player. And it's just Cole and Rachel have so much more experience playing together. But you got to credit the smash. Working as a team, doing a nice job of complementing each other. Great return by McBeth. Cole just jumps on top of it. There's Ji-Wei Shah.
It's one of those points where as a spectator, the ball just seems to disappear.
Kind of a hyperspace. Using the net to your advantage.
Aside from playing table tennis, what are, wow, hang on a second. Amy Wong, are you kidding me? Goodness. I was gonna ask, aside from playing table tennis, actually being on the table, what are some things you can do to work on your quick twitch reflexes that are necessary to get your paddle on the ball that's moving so quickly in a direction you're not expecting?
So generally what the players will do is multi-ball training where the coach will stand by the net, bucket of balls, and hit them faster than you will see them in a match, just with the reaction time being completely stressed. While reflexes are critical, knowing where the ball should go or might go is just as important. It's not simply stabbing at the ball, but knowing where your opponent will be attacking so you get a jump on it. And we are seeing the male against the female order show up in this match. The first game went to the smash because of that. Now Cole is playing to Amy, so it should be a slight advantage for Portland. It's not a guarantee, but when the male plays against the female, usually the difference in level and the amount of spin and speed can give a slight advantage.
Rachel Sung on the attack there with some success.
So anytime in this game scenario, anytime that Rachel can make a successful attack, it makes it so much easier for Cole to finish the point.
One-way traffic here in game two. It's all Portland.
Amy doing a little misdirection there off the short ball.
Portland needs one of the next 8 points to set up the rubber game. And they only need one. 11-3, and didn't even seem that close.
Well, that was a complete upper hand by Cole. Rachel Sung showing their power and finesse.
That's the third straight match, singles and doubles. Another rubber game coming up. See who can take it. Portland's taking the first two.
Still deciding. Hashtag processing. What's your relationship not with Buzzy Lee, but with table tennis? I see they have drinking leagues for table tennis locally. Are these at the bars? Sneak it in, huh? I like it, the honesty. I like it. Okay. Do you find it helpful? Does it take the edge off of your nerves?
So what have we seen so far in this team match between Texas and Portland? Well, after 2 games in the first single spot, Cole and Nandan Naresh were a game apiece. Cole took game 3, 11-7. Similar story in second singles. Daryl Sow and Tyrese Knight were even 1 game apiece. Knight won game 3, 11-6, and now in doubles, Texas and Portland each have won 1 game.
And the victory in this doubles match hanging in the balance here with Amy Wong to serve first. And you've talked about the order, Sean O'Neill. Until we get to 5, Texas should have the advantage, and then it should flip. So any point Portland can get before 5 gives them a little bit of a head start, obviously, and a good bit of momentum, and obviously a good start here, 2-0.
Couldn't have said it better. It's always the strategy and mindset that you want to have after winning the second game. Stay close, get the better order towards the end of the match.
I disagree. I think you could have articulated it much more smoothly and succinctly.
No, that was perfect. And that's what I say to my doubles partner when we're in that same situation. Let's just stay close, orders to our advantage, but if we get blown out at the first 5 points, be willing to go for some shots.
Despite what I said to Tyrese earlier, it is a pleasure being your doubles partner.
Absolutely.
Mostly because of your killer forehand.
And the slim chance that my picks didn't go through in fantasy, but I've got an inside connection with a couple people that might be able to right that ship. You know, Hetherington, check out what he was doing over this last week.
It is the secret story of the weekend right now, folks. It appears on the website that Sean O'Neill's fantasy selections may not have gone through in a tragic piece of user error.
Well, the fact that I can pick next week's teams is telling me it might have to do with...
so you're blaming the programmer.
Gotta blame somebody.
Gotta be the website's fault.
Look at the score
this is
here.
Incredible. Look at this. Since losing game 1, we have won 19 of the last 22 points. Everybody kind of looking at each other.
1-8.
Net serve.
Light.
Yeah, it was a let serve.
Love 8.
So, love 8. Sort of everyone's body language is saying that this game's already over, but got to get to 11. Two straight for Texas.
And one thing, with David McBeth's height, what you don't want to do is drop shot the ball and let it hang in the air a little bit. So effective on the short game.
The thing is, on the fantasy front, Sean, it can be a little confusing because you need to not only select your players, but you need to hit that finish or submit button.
Yeah, the
at
submit
the
button. Yeah, that's the...
It's a mistake that many have made, so don't feel bad. But well, it's just 4 in a row here for Texas. We've seen crazier things happen.
Then mean not hitting the submit button, or that the smash could make a run.
Portland fans making some noise. Really is a fun atmosphere.
Wow.
Heck of a point.
Rachel Sung able to track down an Amy Wong backhand that just exploded cross court. And there's McBeth's over the table backhand.
McBeth's just warming up for singles right now.
He has been complaining that by playing in that last singles, he's missing out on that interview opportunity.
He's complaining about that?
He keeps saying he wants to get some airtime like Jay Hagberg.
Well, he still is suspicious that you weren't being totally truthful when you said that he was one of your favorite players.
Yeah, I didn't understand why. I mean, shots like that, how can you not like that?
Well, you can look up my fantasy roster. David McBeth is a member of my, and I submitted it properly. I double checked. Well, hang on, this was 8-0. And since then, it's an 8-2 run for Texas. And right now, it's anybody's game. It's still game point. But Role and Rachel Sung need to focus.
Will McBeth go for winners, or will he just keep it safe?
is 10-9. You gonna get a timeout?
Yep.
Come on.
G-Way and Christian.
I mean, remember when I said it was like 8-2, and I said everybody's kind of looking around like the game is over? And Cole and Rachel Sung lost their focus. They stopped playing.
Let me see now. So you're serving, right? You're serving. Okay, so you're serving against against David, right?
Christian's lost his focus.
He called the timeout, and he's not even.
All right, so let me see here now.
You got a minute.
So we need to break the momentum. But you're going to have to do no spin serve. There's nothing to it. But everything has been working better when you play to their forehands, both. So we have to do it's going to be short serve. And you have to, and you're playing against Amy. So I think you're going to have to like go hard to her forehand. That's the only thing that works. You have to go hard to her forehand. I mean, he's going to try to flip. I don't think he has any other choice at this point. And you're going to have to be ready for that and re-loop to his forehand. You know it's going to flip, so be ready for that. And then we're done. So be ready for quick game. All right? Okay, here we go. Let's go.
Timeout work for Tyrese Knight last game.
Looks like Cole just gave different signals to Rachel what to do on the next ball. These timeouts and having the coaches mic have been so exciting and interesting.
Rachel serving, 10-9.
Wow. All good plans go awry after a net ball, huh? Portland prevails in the doubles match. A dicey conclusion, but 11-9 to take 2 out of 3. Cole and Rachel Sung, when playing together, are now 14-4 in doubles games. It's a 6-3 lead for the paddlers here in Portland. We're back, and Rachel Sung has popped the headset on. Rachel, congrats on surviving that wild third game. Y'all had an 8-0 lead, and then it felt like you were just sort of going through the motions a little bit to get to the finish line. How did the timeout regroup you to finish that off?
During the timeout, I think it was just a break in their momentum and to tell ourselves to keep calm during the final point.
You know, I asked Lily Jung the same question. Just finished the doubles. You got to focus on the golden game. What is it like playing the golden game since it's a new part of table tennis in the U.S.?
It's definitely very new, and I think the type of pressure that the golden game has is very different than what we're used to. So I'll just try to prepare myself mentally for the game.
I mean, Rachel, it's not the first time that you and Amy have played against each other, but what's it like being on the opposite side of the table from someone you know so well?
I think at this point we're pretty used to it, so I think it feels pretty normal now.
Yeah, is there any protocol for the loser saying something to the winner or vice versa, or is it after the match just like it always is, regardless of who wins or who loses?
Usually after the match, we go back to normal. So I don't think we say anything specifically. It's just, once the match is over, we think it's over.
Good stuff. Rachel, we'll let you go. Get ready for the golden game. Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
19 years old, Rachel Sung, student at UCLA. She and Cole take 2 out of 3, and now from a ranking standpoint, this feels like a lopsided battle, but you could argue that Reit has a case to maybe be the favorite from certain results we've seen. How do you handicap this match coming up?
Yeah, I would look at the Smash as the favorite in this matchup, more due to age. Daniel Tran.
Tran 16, and Reit
He's not exactly an old guy, but Rebete is 21.
Yeah, Daniel Tran was unable to come to Portland early due to his school schedule. He couldn't miss any more days of school, so stayed in Houston, then flew in on Thursday night in order to get ready for the matches today. But Daniel has had great success in the Golden game and also in his introductory match here in MLPT where he swept his opponents.
Yeah, we've seen the teenagers hold their own against the more experienced players. From earlier today when Adi Serene went against Elsa Lachine and Nandan Naresh taking Cole to the brink. Daryl Tsao and Tyrese Knight certainly had an exciting battle, and now it's Daniel Tran's turn. And got Johan Rebete on his heels, but Rebete with some fantastic defense.
I mean, what defense. Tran had him on the backcourt and just turned the table and got right back into the point with some quality returns. Rebete very smooth. Nice strokes, good placement. Nothing too fancy, but just keeps keeping topspin on the ball. Once he makes that first attack, relentless.
Line, 3 love.
Oh, was that a strong serve? Looked like he might go for that reverse pendulum. He just took it cross court.
How consistent has Johan Rebete been? Well, in Santa Cruz, he played 2 singles matches. He went 3-3. In Houston, he played 2 singles matches. He went 3-3. In Pleasanton, he played 2 singles matches. He went 3-3. In Rock Hill, he played 3 singles matches. And he went 5-4. Pretty steady.
Right down the middle. But tonight, he has a 6-0 lead.
6 love.
That last backhand, he timed perfectly. And you can see that he's very comfortable against lefties. Every one of his strong attacks has been out to Daniel's wide forehand. That's traditionally the place to go. Don't play it into their backhand.
First point for Tran comes on Rebete's service error after a 7-point string to get this match started. And an edge right after the error. Now 8-1 for the Swiss, 2-time Swiss team champion. Rebete's ranking would be higher if not for some disappointing results in Golden games, particularly in Rock Hill. Texas went 0-4 in their Rock Hill Golden games, as did Portland for that matter. Those 6 points at the end of the match, whether they determine the result or not, are so critical. Maybe that'll get Tran going.
Just looking at the body language of Rebete after that last point, doesn't get down on himself, reminds himself what he needs to do. You can tell he's a very experienced player, but Tran getting his forehand in. Oh, great drop shot. Super location.
It really caught Tran off guard. He was also kind of cheating over to the forehand.
And you have to do that if you're losing the backhand-to-backhand battle. You've got to be willing to step around that corner, try to create a mismatch.
That was nearly a third service error of the game for Johan Rebete.
He's very aggressive on his serves and kind of view serving like foul shots in basketball. Can't be missing them that often, even if you want to challenge the opponent. Kind of like shooting at 60 to 70% if you're missing your serve. Like we saw in the doubles.
Yeah, it was 7-0. Tran has fought his way back. He's within striking distance. And all of a sudden, it's a 2-point game. With the serve going back Rebete's way, looking over at York Bitzigayo. And the coach of the smash was signaling where he wants the serve.
He said, well, or just the rally, get it wide to his backhand, feeling that Tran can't step around effectively.
That'll do it. Rebete able to hang on. After jumping out in front 7-0, he closes it out 11-8. That's a big point for the smash. See if the teenager from Texas going against what could have been his hometown team, see if he can bounce back.
Sometimes the bigger, stronger player, it doesn't matter how much power you have, it's that serve, it's the control, it's how you receive. You'll see this from all sorts of players. When you think about who's on the bench, just remember, everyone here today, with the exception of one player on each team, will be playing. And if your favorite player has already played, you'll have a chance to see your favorite player again. Back in the Golden Game. The Golden Game, all 5 participating players on each team will come out and play 4 points each. Each first, until the points add up to a multiple of 4.
Rebete got off to the good start, able to close out game 1. Texas, if Rebete could sweep Daniel Tran, would tie up the match at 6 points apiece, heading into that 4th singles battle, which will feature Dave McBeth and Jonathan McDonald. But a long way to go here in this battle of youngsters, the 21-year-old Rebete and the 16-year-old Tran. Will be 17 on February the 7th. Daniel Tran, of course, lives in Katy, Texas, but he's not a member of the Texas Smash. He's a proud paddler. Is there anything that Daniel Tran did that back half of game 1 that he can build upon here in game 2?
I think so. He was much more offensive-minded. He stayed closer to the table. I almost think that Rebete won so many of the points in the first half easily that he got into that lulled sense of, oh, I'm going to win this game. Really stopped at that extra step, that extra move. But Rebete, great placement, really moves the ball around well. Last second, just dropping it short to the forehand. But then again, he missed some of his own serves, so got to take care of that.
Line, 3-1.
It's going for the turkey here. Nope.
I think we should be open for you to create a new table tennis tournament.
Yeah. If I read the comments, I'd say make your best suggestion in the comments. Maybe Matt will forward the best suggestions for what we should call 3 consecutive lets.
3-2.
Matt is very active in the comments. I assume mostly mocking you.
Yeah. Well, if my fantasy picks did not go through, I won't hear the end of it. I can handle your grief, but with Matt.
Well, look, I would understand if you wanted to sit out a week after your poor performance a few weeks ago. The East Division weekend. I know you're the West Division analyst, but you know, 5 times a national champion, Olympics participant, now a broadcaster, Hall of Famer. We'd expect you to have full continental international knowledge
of how to hit the submit button.
Well, that too. I'll work on that with you. I'll give you a tutorial if you play your cards right.
Oh, look at that step around by Reit. Just unleashed a nice forehand down the line.
Another good forehand from Reit. I'm curious to ask you, both these guys are young. What are one or two things that you could see each of them working on to improve as they inch closer to their primes? Because obviously both are young and can keep getting better.
I think on Daniel Tran's side, it's just continuing to get stronger. As a young player that just moved into the junior division, he hasn't completely filled out, so continuing to do some off-the-table training, more weight room, and look at that backhand. That's just insane. Reit, I would say in regard to his game, he just has to play a lot more international, so he plays different styles. He's got all the components. I mean, power, finesse, so smooth. Reminds me a little bit of McBeth with the ease at which he goes through the ball. No hesitation. An exceptional racket speed plus follow through. Look at this here. Oh, that ball barely came back on his side of the table. I'd say, okay, make your serve more, right? That's one thing we've seen him, I'm not gonna say struggle with, but give 3 points.
Yeah. In the opening game that he won 11-8, he gave a couple free points with service errors. There's a nice sequence though from Reit, and he's 3 points away from collecting game 2.
And again, Reit's short game, he really moves the ball well. Short to the middle, short out to the forehand. There's a little fake there. And I almost would say with Reit, he plays so clean that his opponent is seeing an easier ball to deal with. We watch Nikhil Kumar, who does the side spin chop blocks and brings in that heavy inside out. That amount of variation could help him. Right now, Daniel Tran is showing some variation himself, mixing it up, getting his forehand into play. Oh, but perfect location. Short to the forehand. Daniel Tran just having a nightmare with that ball.
Reit serving at 9-8. Wow. How about the way Reit handled that ricochet off the net?
That's just great footwork, and his body able to basically drop down, but then still have a beautiful stroke. It wasn't like he just put it on the table. He executed a perfect forehand topspin.
Game points for Reit. Tran fights off one.
Tran, good job. Got the backhand in.
How about this?
Portland crowd coming alive right now. Daniel Tran giving them a reason to stand and shout.
Golden point on Reit's serve. How aggressive will he be?
Well, it was Tran that was aggressive with the return, and it's into the net. Reit has taken the first 2 games. 11-8 in game 1, and then in game 2, it was the slimmest possible margin. But the 21-year-old from Geneva has another point for the Texas Smash.
Tonight, let me see if I can predict this.
the master of ceremonies, Adam Bobrow, is serenading the crowd with a happy birthday rendition to VIP fan sitting in the front row, the woman with the orange scarf. We pass along our happy birthday wishes as well, but thankfully Sean won't sing. And now we go to game 3 between Reit and Tran. Reit, look, he's had moments where he's looked dominant, and yet he narrowly escaped in game 1, and game 2 was even closer. Let's see if Daniel Tran can salvage a point here for the paddlers and keep Portland in front. Otherwise, the lead going into the Golden Game is going to completely come down to McBeth and McDonald.
Oh, that was a great backhand block by Daniel Tran. Reit really working on the forehand side to get his offense going. Not only serving short to the forehand, but then looping wide out to the forehand, and again staying there in order to get Tran out from his backhand corner.
You know how I talked earlier about Rebete's track record, basically being around 500. A 3-0 sweep would do wonders both for his record and his confidence and his ranking, and obviously for his team.
That was a big point. Reit able to get out of the way as Tran delivered a nice body blow. Reit, a little bit of a matrix here, just jammed and leaned back and kept that ball in play.
A reminder of the significance, the team tally in the bottom left. Each game is worth 1 point. Whoever has the lead going into the Golden Game starts off the Golden Game with a lead. And while you may think, oh, if it's 8-7, how significant could a 1-point lead really be? Well, teams with just a 1-point lead going into the Golden Game have won almost 3/4 of the Golden Game. So it's a significant advantage. Teams with a lead going into the Golden Game are 44-15. That includes Seattle's win by a slim margin earlier tonight. So these are critical points, critical moments.
That was a great backhand by Tran. 2 strong forehands, but instead of playing safe on the backhand, went forward, added some pace. He's got to do a lot more of that. And there's the missed serve by Reit. I don't know if he's just thinking of the next shot, or if the toss is bad, or if it's the bounce on his side of the net, but that ball...
Or maybe he's going for too much.
Yeah, and if you're going to serve deep, that looked like a deep serve. You got to land it close to your end line in order to keep it low. But he does play with thin margins, even though just beautiful strokes. And Daniel Tran with the serve.
And he's got an opportunity to create a little separation here.
Yeah, if you could take both of these, but I think we've seen in the other matches the serve returner doing exceptionally well, especially Reit when he's dropping the ball short to the forehand. That's a nice deep to the backhand. Mixing it up. Tran going for too much there. Very solid by Tran.
Yep.
Strong from the backcourt. Didn't go for too much, just kept the pressure on.
By the way, I like the turquoise headband
on Johan Rebete. It matches the very slight trim on the collar and the edge of the sleeve.
And also the bottom of the shoes. There's a little, but I'm colorblind, so I don't know if that. Check it out.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't even notice. There is a light turquoise streak on the bottom of his shoes. Maybe we'll get a shot of it. Or you can just believe us. Enough about colors. Rebete scored 3 straight, and he's now 2 points away from the sweep.
And I really do like what Tran was attempting there. Once you get on offense, stay on offense.
Tran went for the aggressive serve, taking a page out of Rebete's book, and Johan was ready for it.
Rebete just kept the ball in play, scrambling. Tran plays that final ball too early, nets it. Gotta let the ball come back into the hitting zone. You're gonna play with pace. Can't be reaching for the ball.
Tran taking a resigned walk around the table right now. He's not out of this by any means, but Rebete 1 point away from completing the sweep. And another service error. See if Tran can capitalize on it.
Now I will say, for Rebete to get to the next level, he's got to work on the serves. You just can't spot your opponent a couple points per game.
Well, he did it, Sean. Gave away several points with the errant serves, and yet he still prevails in all 3 games. They were all close, but it's a 3-0 sweep for Johan Rebete, and this match is tied 6 points apiece heading into the final singles showdown. Strong performance from Johan Rebete. Well, Texas coach Jorg Bitzigayo has to be pleased with what Johan Rebete just did. Johan joins us now. Congratulations on the 3-0 sweep. Some tense moments, some nervy moments, and yet in all 3 close games you prevailed. What were the keys in your mind to prevailing in each game?
Yeah, I think in the first set I went to prove Adam that there was no plague of leading, because he said it before the game. It's like, no, there's no way if I lead. I close it out. Yeah, I was very tensed. It's always hard to play against like the home crowd, so I'm like very happy I was solid when I had to be solid. So good.
Okay, so I'm going to ask what I think is a somewhat difficult question. What is the challenge with the serve? Why are the number of serves being missed? Is it because you're going for an aggressive serve? Is it losing focus? Is it a timing issue?
No, I think like I take some risks. I mean, for me, this is a big weapon, so I have to take some risks. Like when you
almost going for a second serve in tennis, a little bit stronger.
Yeah, it's like when you hit a forehand, it's not 100% on the table, right? So it's important to keep the pressure on the opponent while you can, because when you miss a little the quality, then he's still under pressure, and this is like indirect. You know what I mean? So I think this is important.
Johan, what's the timetable for now? You have 1 match off and then you're back on the table for the Golden Game. How will you mentally reset before the Golden Game?
Yeah, I need to cool off, very important, because like it happened in the past that like you're still like in your game, and Golden Game is so different tactics, so I just need to cool off, go out a little outside, and then come back stronger.
That's interesting. You want to cool off now and not stay warm.
No, I think it's important to like be able to start over as well, but I need to keep like the emotions out.
Congrats on the 3-0 sweep. Thanks, Johan.
Thank you.
That's interesting.
It really is, and he's not the first person who's said that to me when I've asked the same question, is that keeping your opponent really guessing and realizing that you might get some free points, but at the same time, having to deal with a very aggressive serve.
That was incredible. You deserve an interview. What's your name? Alex. Alex, do you have singing practice?
So Dave McBeth is the favorite going into this matchup against Jonathan McDonald, but McDonald has certainly had his moments. These two have played once was back in September. McBeth took 2 out of 3. Meanwhile, a reminder of the upcoming schedule. The West Division reunites in Everett, Washington, a couple hours north of here. It's an easy drive from here, right, for you?
No.
It's not?
4 hours, 3.5 hours.
Wow.
I'm flying.
You're flying? Come on now.
I couldn't even get the submit button to work. What are you talking about driving to Seattle?
That's a fair point.
Love 2.
Good start for McBeth. What do you see as the story of this match?
It's really going to come down to if McDonald can handle McBeth's speed and tempo off the bounce. McDonald, as we've seen before, has a great backhand. His forehand can be unpredictable. A little bit of a, I'm not going to say a hitch in it, but he starts it a little bit lower than most.
3-1.
Whereas the backhand has really strong technique. McBeth is just so spinny once he gets into the rally if he's off the table. Both these players, I would say, I know McBeth is 6'4". I think McDonald's at least 6'3".
2-4.
Jonathan has been nicknamed the octopus in the past, like Daniil Medvedev for his long reach and ability to get balls back, but face an even bigger opponent in McBeth today.
You know, this past week when the paddlers were in town prepping, I heard one of his nicknames was also the carnivore, but I think it's because everyone else on the team is a vegan.
Really?
And he likes to eat meat, so I think they're giving him a hard time. And I just think with a name like McDonald's.
Well, I'm with Jonathan in that department.
5-4.
I mentioned Medvedev. Do you have a pick for the Australian Open Women's Final that's tonight? Arina Sabalenka against the young Chinese newcomer Qinwen Zhang.
Once Serena retired, I lost a little bit of my passion. Look at McBeth here. Oh, that almost hit.
5-all.
But I've always been a Steffi Graf fan, so.
She's not playing tonight.
No, I think she's doing pickleball.
Said with such derision. I looked up the other day to see how close the pickleball court was to our hotel.
Probably less than 0.2.
Well, and then I looked at the weather for the weekend, and that was the end of that. I've been told by multiple.
7-5.
What do you call someone from Portland? A Portlandia in?
Something like that.
Portlander? I've been told by numerous Portlanders that this is very nice weather for Portland in January. It is very dreary outside, though.
Well, last week we were in the middle of a snowstorm where we had no electricity, no internet, and the roads were slippery. So this week, I'll take this all week long. The kids were out of school for 5 days and getting cabin fever, so nothing is better than coming out to the Expo Center to see some Major League table tennis, to see the Smash play against the paddlers. I have a feeling it's going to come down to the golden game, last 5 points. And what a great deep serve that's returned even faster, but again, off the bounce. McBeth, such fast hands. And McDonald's doing all the heavy lifting, getting that first ball into play with his forehand, and then McBeth just takes it off the bounce. Just a ton of power.
Too good for McBeth.
McBeth.
11-7.
McBeth just controlling the table. Serves, first attack, great precision and placement.
First time today that Texas has the lead on the team tally. Up now 7-6, courtesy of the Brit, Dave McBeth. So the Texas Smash, after falling behind 6-3 on the team tote, now have a 7-6 lead, courtesy of Johan Rebete and Dave McBeth. And an opportunity here for Texas to keep that momentum rolling. Jonathan McDonald for the hometown paddlers, trying to bring it back Portland's way. McDonald will serve to start game 2.
One love.
I think that hit his shirt.
Fans. Crowd confused.
Okay. 1 all.
Yeah, it went off his chest.
Great counterattack by McDonald. McBeth is winning the battle of the backhand to backhand exchanges. And again, once they get into these kind of toe-to-toe attacks off the table, it really favors McBeth. Both his forehand and backhand are just so solid. Just appears that McBeth has an extra gear every time they get into an exchange. Can spin it slower, take some pace off the ball, or just really rev it up on his forehand side.
5-2.
Look at that combination. Great job, backhand over the table, follows up with a strong forehand. Oh, beautiful over the table forehand by McDonald. Sometimes McBeth goes a little bit too safe, too passive. McDonald has to take advantage of those situations.
Cool. Just brilliant reflexes from McBeth.
And it's those shots, Evan, why I said in Santa Cruz to McBeth, he was one of my favorite players in MLTT. Just such a sweet forehand.
Good swings that point from McDonald, but McBeth got it back, and eventually the mistake came.
Got it.
Forced McDonald to hit an extra ball.
And also, you know, he changed to his left hand to smash it back.
How about that?
Instantly, I looked over at the Texas Smash coach, and he wasn't too thrilled with that choice of shot selection. But it looks like McBeth is going to get the job done here. We've seen some momentum swings. Interesting to see if McBeth can tie a couple more and get back in this match.
McBeth a point away from taking this game and clinching a smash lead heading into the Golden Game. And a service error from McDonald will hand it to McBeth. 11-6 for the Big Brit. And Texas, after trailing 6-3, has won 5 games in a row. And the suspense right now is whether Portland can change the momentum at all heading into the Golden Game, or will the smash continue rolling on Portland's home turf? So a big turnaround here. I mean, it's been a day of turnarounds. Think about the first Golden Game we saw with the Bay Area Blasters trailing 11-2, taking a 19-17 lead before Olajide Matayo closed it out with a golden sweep over Lily Jong. Very exciting back and forth. Incredible Golden Game drama. And while the Texas Smash were down all throughout this match, they have taken a lead. And will have either a 1 or 3 point lead heading into the Golden Game. Let's find out what it's going to be. David McBeth showing no signs of slowing down here, Sean.
No, I think during that coaching break, it was made clear to him that got to keep the momentum. I'm sure for the paddlers, Coach Christian Lillerus said the same thing, is let's try to not be down 3 points.
The ball stuck by the camera. And it was knocked out of the table by the vibration. You see that every day.
But yeah, I definitely think this is going to be a very important game for both teams just to get the momentum back. Texas to keep it, Portland to get something rolling.
Wonder how aggressive Christian Lilyrose will be in terms of tweaking the matchups for the Golden Game.
Clearly he's going to put Cole to get as many opportunities.
3-1.
So if it's a 1-point game, maybe you put Cole in the top spot, play the first 3 points, but if it's a 3-0 game, you got to figure Cole will be in the 2 spot.
Right.
3-2.
Even though if it's a 3-0 game, that ultimate golden point, if we got there, would be played by the players who were in that 1 spot.
2-4.
We talked about this a bunch a few weeks ago, and I know you appreciated it from afar. Teams with a 3-0 lead heading into the Golden Game have only won slightly more than half their opportunities. Teams with a 3-0 lead heading into the Golden Game are 8-7. Teams with a 1-0 lead going into the Golden Game are 17-6. It's hard to figure why that is at this point. Do you have a theory?
I'm just wondering if it's throwing the coaches for a loop, sorry for the pun, to figure out the order. Because unlike the singles, where your top 2 players are going to be playing in positions 1 and 4 singles, in the Golden Game, anything can happen, and you're seeing what a backhand by McBeth.
And he wins the point.
Again, just showing the importance of this game. We didn't see any left-handed smashes from the backcourt that time. But I think, Evan, one of the challenges is when you're the losing team and you get to see the other team's pick, as you go through the order, I think mismatches can get magnified there. Or coaches that say, let's keep the exact same order because we now have a small lead. And look at McBeth's forehand, so much power. Just takes his time, gets the shot going. No way to track down the speed of that ball. So I'm wondering, Evan, do you have stats available? Has McBeth, how many sweeps has he done in singles?
Give me a few minutes, I'll let you know.
Or we have our statistician. I know Matt's watching the matches, so maybe he can.
Let's not task him with that.
He did beat Przeppa 3-0.
Yeah, the answer to the question, he is 1 point away from his 4th 3-0 sweep.
Yep.
Przeppa 3-0, beat Adi Serene 3-0.
Jinbo Ma.
He beat Ma Jinbao 3-0. And now you can add Jonathan McDonald to the list. Impressive stuff from David McBeth.
And the Texas Smash have put together back-to-back sweeps from Reit and McBeth. And all of a sudden, they've got all the momentum in the world and a 3-point lead heading into the Golden Game to cap this Friday night here in Portland.
Now, one thing is, I know a lot of you are newer to Canadian fans. You might have seen this shot, the David McBeth shot. We call that a chop block. Chop block. It's where you put side spin and back spin on the ball near the table. Someone hits it really hard, and you're relying just on your precision in your contact to leave some combination of side and underspin on the ball that completely throws off the opponent. Akil Kumar did it many times earlier today. We'll see it here and there throughout. But around the world, Germany, Japan, China, France, wherever tennis is massive professionally, and they have hundreds of thousands of league players.
Texas and Portland on this Friday evening here in the Pacific Northwest. And Collet got the smash. Off to a slow start. Tyrese Knight with some impressive playing as well, both defensively and going on the attack. In the doubles, it was Portland taking 2 out of 3 as well. Collet and Rachel Sung with a strong conclusion as they won 11-3 in game 2, 11-9 in game 3. But these last 2 singles matches have belonged to Texas completely. Reit, 3 straight over Tran. McBeth, 3 in a row over McDonald. And now into the Golden Game we go with the smash in front 9-6 and a 3-point lead at the start. Christian Lily Rose, Jorg Vitzigaya about to set the orders with the commish. Flint Lane.
Back and forth until the order of play has been picked by both sides. And then you, the audience, will get to see a rumble with the entire team, tag team on both sides, until one team has 21 points. As always, it is not win by 2. At 20-20, it would be an ultimate golden point. So we're looking around the room for Christian. That was fast. I didn't even have to say his name. Christian Lillerose is going to be coming back shortly. And the commissioner, the man standing to my right, has worked very hard for you guys to enjoy.
Not sure the reason for the delay other than Christian Lily Rose was away from the proceedings for a moment, but now he's back.
Thank you, Adam. Okay, we've got the Texas Smash are leading the Portland Paddlers 9-6. You'll be starting the Golden Game with a 3-point edge. The first players will play 1 point, which will get us to a multiple of 4, and then they'll rotate off. The coach, Christian Lillerus of the Portland Paddlers, has the first selection.
Rachel.
Rachel Sung is your number 1.
Amy Wong.
Amy Wong is your 1 and your 2.
Johan Reit.
Johan Reit is your 2.
Tyrese.
Tyrese Knight is your 2 and your 3.
Collet.
Collet is your 3.
Nandan Naresh.
Nandan is your 3 and your 4.
Dave McBeth.
David McBeth is your 4, making Daryl your 5. Who's your 4?
Jonathan.
Jonathan McDonald is your 4, making Daniel Tran your 5. Good luck, coaches.
Yes.
So we do have some tweaks from the regular course of play. Most notably, Johan Reit will go up against Tyrese Knight. We'll see Collet and Nandan Naresh, just like we did in their singles match. Collet taking 2 out of 3. But Daryl Sow and Daniel Tran, good friends, have played a lot together, right around the same age. Now we'll see how they fare against one another in the Golden Game. All the momentum right now belongs to Texas, but we know momentum is a very fickle thing, especially in the Golden Game. Portland on their home turf. See if the paddlers can rally.
Yeah, it's 0. Thank you. Go flash on your photography. Go flash on the camera.
First point to Texas. Amy Wong wins
it over Rachel Sung, and it's a 4-point lead as the ladies depart the table. Johan Rebete versus Tyrese Knight. I mean, I know momentum can swing quickly, but it just feels like the paddlers are lacking all energy and urgency right now. That'll help. That'll help the paddlers' cause, that's for sure.
Great shot by Tyrese Knight, taking that second loop down the line. Great placement.
Knight and Rebete split their 4-point sequence. And now it's Naresh versus Lay.
What a lucky break there. That ball just stopped on the table after it hit the net.
Wow.
An aggressive set of serves by Nandan Naresh.
These are huge points for the paddlers right here on Collet's serve. Much needed.
Oh, quality backhand loop by Portland's #1 player.
Split for Naresh and Lay. That's a win for Texas.
And we've seen McDonald play some great golden games.
He's won more points than he's lost in golden games. Just a tough shot to the back corner of the table.
He had the ball on his forehand. He just couldn't get around.
Dave McBeth has also won more points than he's lost in golden games, Sean. And McBeth has McDonald's number right now. If Portland can't rally, this will be their 10th consecutive match loss. After they started the season 3-1. What a point from David McBeth, as good as it gets.
What amazing play from the backcourt, going almost down to his knees.
McDonald salvages the final point, but still 3 strong for McBeth as the teenagers retake the table. Daryl and Daniel. Sal serves first.
Daryl Sal just playing very tactically sound, getting the first attack in.
Christian Lily Rose wants a timeout.
Okay, this is timeout for everybody right now. Okay? So make sure now that we are down, but we have to fight. Now we're down, we have a tendency to be passive. We have to still stay aggressive, right? So it's very important we're still fighting. We haven't lost yet. Right? And you have to dare. Now you're hesitating, right? So the thing is that you have to now dare. Go for something creative, like long serve, and then play aggressive afterwards. Dare to do something different, right? Here we go. Let's go.
Dare to be different. Go for something. Don't just stand there and being a punching bag. Let's see if Daniel Tran can get his forehand into play.
And a good Daryl Sal with 3 points in a row, second serve for Daniel Tran.
So the ladies will return now. They've got 4 more points to play. Rachel Sung really could use a spark, but Amy Wong
That
with other
serve
ideas.
return just hung way too high over the table.
Vicious.
Amy is so efficient.
Heck of a rally, but Wong wins it. And Texas now leads by 10.
Oh, beautiful forehand by Sung. No hesitation there.
Sung earns a split, which after losing the first 2 points is a bit of a moral victory, but Portland really needs more than 2-2 splits here.
They need multiple sweeps.
Rebete and Knight split their 4-point sequence earlier.
And Knight really having difficulty keeping that serve down. In that first series, Rebete took 2 points directly with a chop serve.
Couple net balls on the point.
Couple.
A third.
What's 3 net balls?
Point for Portland right there.
They caught the edge.
Knight, chance to get the paddlers back within 6. That will be up to McDonald to bring some more of his Golden Game magic. It's a tall task against David McBeth, who's just been locked in. Rebete's been pretty darn good too. Rebete gets another split with Knight. I beg your pardon, we're not at McDonald and McBeth quite yet. It's Collet coming back to the table. He can get 3 out of 4. He needs at least 2 to prevent Texas from closing this out.
Looks like Nandan's really going to wind up on this serve.
It's a start. 18 serving 11.
Caught the net and went long.
Mistake the paddlers just could not afford.
That was a must-have point.
What a point! It included a snake, and then Collet with a fierce forehand to take it.
I have never seen anyone return that side spin ball. Even Nandan Naresh didn't know where to look after the point was over.
Oh, what reflexes from Lay to get that back. 3 straight for Lay and Portland. It's a 6-point game as McBeth and McDonald return to the table. Naresh played some really great balls.
Just very aggressive, again, fearless.
Sometimes the Golden Game can be unforgiving. You can hit some good balls and not get rewarded for it. Such a small amount of time.
Still, that return that Collet did where he dealt with that side spin by just lifting it up.
Miss hit from McDonald takes the smash to the brink. 1 more point for Texas to close out a victorious Friday night. That'll do it. Dave McBeth was brilliant all night long, and the Texas Smash spoiled Portland's opening night here in the Pacific Northwest. 21-14 the final in the Golden. And a 15-6 win overall for the Texas Smash.
But this weekend, Portland Paddlers will have 2 more chances. And you know what else they'll have?
Disappointing way for the Paddlers to go out. They had a 6-3 lead through the end of the doubles, Sean, and, well, it went downhill from there. Reit, McBeth were dominant.
Just kept the Texas Smash string alive. They took that momentum right into the golden game. Just got the job done.
And if you didn't already get a shirt, stop by the first booth to get any team you want, ideally Portland Paddlers or your NL.
We are joined by the head coach of the Smash, Jorg Bitzigayo. Jorg, congratulations. A convincing victory down the stretch. Did this match unfold as you expected? Did you anticipate falling behind in the early matches and then expect Johan and David to put you guys ahead and ultimately give you the win?
To be honest, I think in this format there's nothing to expect. Every match is a 50-50 match. For sure you have someone like Collet starting who is a favorite against anyone on our team, but on the other hand also taking a game from him, as Nandan did, can be already a hit. But I think it's very hard to predict any results, and I think actually that's also what makes the league so exciting. You can fall behind, you can bounce back, you can get smacked all night, you can have a run. So, and that's also what makes it so exciting every night to come in here.
And Jorg, were there any players tonight that really surprised you, whether on your team or on the opposite side coming into this match? You had some expectations, but did any exceed those expectations tonight?
Okay, I think Nandan giving Collet a hard time was something we were hoping for, but I think that was a very positive surprise. Johan Reit, Dave McBeth, 2 times 3-0, that's something which always gives the whole team a big boost, not just result-wise in general. But I think I have to give credit to the whole team. I think we took a game in the mixed where we lost before against this pair all the time. And yeah, I mean, I think coming back from 3-6 to 9-6, that helped us. We got the momentum. We did quite well in the golden game, which is also based on luck partially. You need the right timing. And I think the whole team just deserves a lot of credit for this performance tonight. It feels like I have not been standing here for a couple of months seeing you guys after a match. So that means we won tonight, which is a good feeling. So, but it was a good start in the weekend. And we have to get ready for the next match tomorrow.
Well, it's been since the first weekend of December that you had a chance to play, and the Golden Games didn't work out for the Smash in Rock Hill. What did you do to maintain the team camaraderie while players were off living their lives over the holidays since you guys last competed in South Carolina?
I actually think we haven't done anything different than we have done before. We always try to stay very close. We're always in touch. You know, we have WhatsApp groups. We chat with each other. We keep posted. We congratulate people for birthdays. We wish them good luck if they play competitions somewhere else. So we try to keep this team, even if we don't see each other and we are living in different continents, we try to keep the team communicating and staying in touch. And we always meet like 3 days before the competition to practice and to group up again, which I think is very helpful. And then, yeah, you just come in, you fight, you stay together, and you try to perform as a group. And if it goes like tonight, it's a very good positive outcome with a win. If we lose, but we still perform and fight hard, it's also okay. So.
Who's the most active member of the Smash WhatsApp group?
I think it's me so far, because I minimum have all the birthdays in my calendar, and I also know quite well where the guys are. Like Hiromitsu Kazahara was playing the All Japan Championships just yesterday. He's on his way to Portland. He's actually flying in, I think, like now at 8:30, which shows what a commitment every member on the team is showing. I mean, you know, you play All Japan Championships, and then right after 2 hours after the loss, he jumped on the plane to come over, which you can say is crazy. On the other hand, I would say this is what I expect from our team members, because they want to be part of this. And yeah, I think that's is a good mix. It's fun.
I've come to learn time zones don't really apply to table tennis players. They'll hop from one to another and play the next day.
Yes, you have no choice. You know, that's. I mean, I'm coming from Germany. We have 2 more coming from Europe, so we have to come in earlier to adjust. If someone is late, that's what it is. The other teams are doing the same, and I think, again, we are all excited to be here in the U.S. and to be able to compete in this country.
Well, we can say good morning to all the folks who are tuned in from Germany, and we'll say good morning to you. We'll let you go. We'll see you tomorrow, York.
Yes, thanks, guys.
Good job today.
Good job to you, too. Thanks.
The Texas Smash win it 15-6. I think we're going to pop a headset on David McBeth, who certainly is worthy of a post-match conversation. His performance in both the singles and the Golden Game was sterling. Dave, congratulations.
Thank you.
Just a tremendous turnaround. Johan really got the momentum rolling, and you took the baton and kept rolling with it. Let's go back to your singles match against Jonathan. 3 competitive games, but it felt like you had the upper hand in all 3 games. Why was that the case in your mind?
I mean, if you remember when I played him in Santa Cruz, so I struggled a bit tactically the first set. I think it was 11-9 in the second, and I actually just did a bit of analysis on that match just to try and come in with a new strategy. So last time he was serving a lot to my middle, which I struggled with, whereas today I was kind of waiting for that a bit more, and yeah, just did some analysis, and I think that kind of proved the difference for sure.
So 2 questions. One, how do you get those balls from the backcourt? It just seemed like your footwork was amazing tonight.
I've not heard my footwork was amazing before.
What we saw.
Yeah.
Any difference in the training? I saw you play a little bit earlier this week at Paddle Palace. Any changes or just?
I've actually had some good training. I've been out in the States since the 13th, and I've been at 888 for 4 or 5 days over the weekend, and then at Paddle Palace for a couple of days. So I'm well trained coming into this one. So hopefully it.
So that leads to the
off.
second question. Is it true that you were down in Texas helping the Paralympic team from Britain?
Yeah. So I work with the GB Paralympic team.
And how are you enjoying that?
It's really good. We've got a lot of good players at the moment, and they're all building up to the Paris Paralympics this year, and there should be some gold medals hopefully. So I really enjoy it. It's good.
That's very cool. Thank you for sharing. Congrats on the win tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow.
What did you make of the left-handed shot?
I don't think Jorg liked it that much.
No, I didn't look at him. That's why. I know what he's going to say, so it was pretty bad.
You won the next point, so that was okay. You finished off the game.
When you sweep 3-0, you can get away with.
That'll be a highlight reel, or a bad highlight reel.
Yeah, we're going to put on the bloopers possibly, but got the job done. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Good night, Dave. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you. Thank you.
Well, let's take a quick look at the standings before we sign off. Texas with a 15-6 win tonight, and Seattle with a 17-4 win. So you look at the Spinners, just 1 point behind the Blasters. The Smash, 21 points behind the Blasters. And, you know, tomorrow's schedule has the Smash taking on the Bay Area Blasters at 4 o'clock Pacific time, 7 o'clock Eastern. And then Seattle and Portland will battle in the Pacific Northwest Clash in the nightcap. The Paddlers, hard to believe, they were 3-1 earlier this season, and now they're 3-11. They've lost 10 in a row, and Christian Lilyrose is searching for answers.
Yeah, no, he said it even in the last timeout. It's time to go for everything. Don't stand there and be passive. So right now it looks like they'll be playing more the role of a spoiler and needing some help from some of the other teams to get back in this race, but we've got so much more excitement and action coming on the table tomorrow and Sunday.
Yep, hope you can join us at the Expo Center. There's going to be some local teams' mascots here. It's going to be a heck of a weekend. So we'll sign off for the night, and we will talk to you tomorrow. By the way, Sean, you're not going to want to hear this. It was an excellent night for my fantasy table tennis team tonight. You don't want to hear that, though. Thanks for joining us on this Friday night or Saturday morning, wherever you may be. For Sean O'Neill and our entire crew, I'm Evan Leffler signing off. The Texas Smash take this one by a final score of 15-6 over to the Paddlers. We'll see you tomorrow.